Hello, my friends. Welcome back to our study along of the World Order of Bahá'u'lláh, Selected Letters. If you're joining for the first time, be sure to check out the links below that give you an orientation as to who, what, when, where, and why of this study along series. We are in the letter titled The Dispensation of Bahá'u'lláh in the subsection called Abdu'l-Baha, jumping in to paragraph 6. Does not Abdu'l-Baha, in his own will, in a tone and language that might well confound the most inveterate among the breakers of his father's covenant, rob of their chief weapon those who so long and so persistently had striven to impute to him the charge of having tacitly claimed a station equal, if not superior, to that of Bahá'u'lláh? Quote, the foundation of the belief of the people of Baha is this. Thus proclaims one of the weightiest passages of the last document left to voice in perpetuity the directness and wishes of a departed master. Quote, His Holiness the Exalted One, the Ba, is the manifestation of the unity and oneness of God and the forerunner of the ancient beauty. His Holiness the Abha beauty, Bahá'u'lláh, may my life be a sacrifice for his steadfast friends, is the supreme manifestation of God and the dayspring of his most divine essence. All others are servants unto him and do his bidding. From such clear and formally laid down statements, incompatible as they are with any assertion of a claim to prophethood, we should not by any means infer that Abdu'l-Baha is merely one of the servants of the Blessed Beauty, or at best one whose function is to be confined to that of an authorized interpreter of his father's teachings. Far be it from me to entertain such a notion or to wish to instill such sentiments. To regard him in such a light is a manifest betrayal of the priceless heritage bequeathed by Baha'u'lláh to mankind. Immeasurably exalted is the station conferred upon him by the supreme pen above and beyond the implications of these, his own written statements. Whether in the Kitabi Aqdas, the most weighty and sacred of all the works of Baha'u'lláh, or in the Kitabi Ad, the book of his covenant, or in the Surah-i Gusen, the tablet of the branch, such references as have been recorded by the pen of Baha'u'lláh, references which the tablets of his father addressed to him mightily reinforce, invest Abdu'l-Baha with a power and surround him with a halo which the present generation can never adequately appreciate. He is and should for all time be regarded first and foremost as the center and pivot of Baha'u'llah's peerless and all-enfolding covenant. His most exalted handiwork, the stainless mirror of his light, the perfect exemplar of his teachings, the unerring interpreter of his word, the embodiment of every Baha'i ideal, the incarnation of every Baha'i virtue, the most mighty branch sprung from the ancient root, the limb of the law of God, the being round whom all names revolve, the mainspring of the oneness of humanity, the ensign of the most great peace, the moon of the central orb of this most holy dispensation. Styles and titles that are implicit and find their truest, their highest, their fairest expression in the magic name Abdu'l-Baha. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's funny to me that he uses the word magic, because a lot of people don't want to use that word, especially as it relates to spirituality, because maybe it has a dark connotation or a frivolous connotation or a whimsical connotation, and that we see it as something different than spiritual. And it's so sweet and beautiful to me that Shoghi Effendi says the magic name of Abdu'l-Baha. He is above and beyond these appellations, the mystery of God, an expression by which Baha'u'lláh himself has chosen to designate him, and which, while it does not by any means justify us to assign to him the station of prophethood, indicates how in the person of Abdu'l-Baha the incompatible characteristics of a human nature and superhuman knowledge and perfection have been blended and are completely harmonized. Now that is a line to memorize. The indicates how in the person of Abdu'l-Baha the incompatible characteristics of a human nature. That's right, Beans. I don't know if you heard her. Incompatible characteristics of a human nature and superhuman knowledge and perfection had been blended and are completely harmonized, completely harmonized. That is so beautiful. When the ocean of my presence hath ebbed and the book of my revelation is ended, proclaims the Kitabi Akdas, turn your faces toward him whom God hath purposed, who hath branched from this ancient root. And again, when the mystic dove will have winged its flight from the sanctuary of praise and sought its far-off goal, its hidden habitation, refer ye whatsoever ye understand not in the book to him who hath branched from this mighty stalk. In the Kitabi I'ad, moreover, the Book of the Covenant, Baha'u'lláh solemnly and explicitly declares, it is incumbent upon the Aksan and the Afnan and my kindred to turn, one and all, their faces toward the most mighty branch. Consider that which we have revealed in our most holy book. When the ocean of my presence hath ebbed and the book of my revelation is ended, turn your faces toward him whom God hath purposed, who hath branched from this ancient root. The object of this sacred verse is none other except the most mighty branch, Abdu'l-Baha. Thus have we graciously revealed unto you our potent will, and I am verily the gracious, the all-powerful. Well, that concludes paragraph 10 of the section Abdu'l-Baha. Once again, thank you for joining me. Please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, let your friends know. Always feel free to comment and check out the links below for the whole playlist and a lot more supplementary content on this topic of the world order of Baha'u'lláh. Until next time, my friends, I wish you the best for playing your unique part in making this world a better place. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.